Hi folks, we are back at Stahleck with some more videos. So this is already the top 16 stage, and we are going to watch a game between Theo from Italy playing Lannister, the Lord of the Crossing, and Alex from Greece playing Martel Conclave. And with me once again is Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
So we have two Stahleck veterans here playing in the card once again. And this could be interesting. So on one side there is a rush deck that actually a couple of Italians have been playing in this Stahleck event. And on the other side we have Martel Conclave, which is difficult to know beforehand what it does, but the Conclave agenda of course gives you an access to basically an additional hand right from the start, that okay, you cannot just take cards from there at will, but with Marvin and with the agenda ability itself you can have a lot more access to the cards you need. And of course it comes with some out of action cards, the Maesters package that is virtually the same across all Conclave agendas, and we'll see if it works out for the Martel player here. So we can see Marvin in hand there. He's the key card, but you don't want him on setup, of course. You need him to come in and bring you two additional cards.
So they were talking before about how Conclave works, and I think we had this in a previous video as well, because everybody always asks this at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So you first do 7 cards, then decide if you want to mulligan, and then once you've kept your hand, you can place the Conclave cards.
And there is a Marvin on setup with Haldon and no economy, so that's not great, but at least it's Marvin. He can now access the Conclave and should be able to get some kind of rose road from there at least, I think. And
Yeah, and what exactly is Haldun's text? It draws an event or something like
yeah,
that,
when
right?
he wins the challenge, you reveal the top card of your deck. Then, if it's an event, you draw it. Otherwise, you can put gold on a location or character. And if it's Aegon, you can put him into play. It's not going to be Aegon in this deck.
Yeah.
And yeah, Lannister has a couple of Chads, and Serdaven, who is everywhere lately in all Lannister decks, and opens with At the Gates against Behest. Neither player sets up any economy apart, of course, from the two one-cost characters there. But he's going to have them out now, right with Gates of the Moon, presumably.
Yeah, you could potentially get Great Hall in Lannister crossings. You would have probably Cersei and Jaime.
Yeah, and if the Conclave is not setting up any economy, you might opt for that. Goes for the Maiden, so Martel gets control of initiative for the rest of the game, presumably now. But for this round, Lannister goes first. Yeah, and you have to be careful. If you play the gates into Behest, you have to then make sure the gates triggers first. Otherwise, you could get some kind of Varys' riddle that brings in Galtown and ruins your plan. So that's Cersei.
Yeah. That's the 7-cost Cersei, the non-killer. And 1 gold left, so there could be some Here Mirror or something like that.
Yeah, no Casterly Rock, so slightly more difficult to do crossing for. She does one challenge for free, so it's still possible.
Yeah, and right now the military situation looks pretty bad for Martel.
So we can see some cards there. I can play one of them with Marvin.
I think was there the run?
Yeah, difficult to say.
I think there's Ariane.
Takes Anders.
Okay, so Anders right now, he doesn't kneel if you're second player when attacking.
Yeah, which is he has an interesting ability. Clearly, people think it's worth it because they keep playing him, but you need to go second, and he has intimidate, so kind of anti-synergy, but really it's still well worth it. He's a great body.
Yeah, I think even without the ability, right, you have intimidate, 6 strength, 2 icons, pretty good.
5, so I'm going to defend with 6.
Okay, so he goes for intrigue challenge first.
6, yeah.
It's Cersei,
Okay. I'm gonna trigger
and he actually wins.
this here.
Okay, so you can manipulate your deck here for the Haldon trigger. Does he work on defense? Didn't trigger him anyway, so
I have no idea.
maybe his ability does nothing. Okay, that's a quick look. We did have a
Looks
look
like there's
the other day and paused it a little bit, but still very difficult to see. There was the Viper. That much is clear.
there's the Viper and I think 3 copies of his Secret Schemes and the Runs game, so I suppose you have all the events that you need in hand for this Halden trigger.
I have to discard one, right?
And the down trigger.
Do you have more cards? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, the then part will
I have also 8 with it.
trigger after the card is discarded.
Okay, so you draw.
Yeah.
And it's Secret Schemes. Yeah, if he has all three, then
Yeah.
that's completely fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a power challenge.
You can do your challenge.
Yeah, so crossing gets to 5 power, but now there are 2 challenges that Anders can do.
Opposed?
No, that's an action. Let me think if I
okay.
want to do an action.
Yeah, but of course Lannister could now have some jumper event.
So power,
If you have
unopposed.
never bet against my family, I think only Tywin could defend against him.
And I need to discard.
Okay, so he only did one challenge, right?
Discard, I think, one.
Mhm, he did power and he collected dominance actually.
Okay.
Didn't think military was worth it.
And both should be our reserve now.
I trigger Cersei when it is.
Discards Baran's game.
Yeah, I think this was when we saw the hand revealed. There were 2 copies of this as well.
Yeah.
Well, but you could use 2 to win the game.
Podrick and
And
Although I suppose you probably need other cards as well.
And Podrick and Sir Pounce on the other side. Not sure exactly who Sir Pounce is,
Yeah.
who his preferred character is in this deck. Myrcella, I guess, doesn't kneel anyway. Not sure which other ones he's running. I guess Podrick himself. Now let's see what Heads of Spikes does.
So we know there is Viper, right?
Yeah, it's
And
another
get
Secret Schemes.
Schemes.
You know, if you discard one for Daven and then the other goes for Heads and Spikes, that would be pretty annoying if you didn't have all 3.
Yeah. And he plays Harvest into Heads and Spikes, which is not the best if he's already struggling a bit with economy.
Yeah, I mean, probably he knew it was coming anyway.
bishop block.
Lannister will usually play heads on spikes round 2 if there's Cersei already.
Okay.
And now,
Why I don't pick Laura?
is that the run in the corner?
Actually,
Yes.
I think I'm done, sorry.
So it's round 2, but it's +2 for the used pile because of Behest.
Yeah, I'm done.
6. 1 plus 1.
Okay,
That's
Lionstar.
Lion Star.
That can cheat some characters into play.
3. Okay, 2 plus 1, 3.
And there we go. Grisella, who would have been turned on in round 1, but after the reserve check, I don't think she is now.
Your action.
So he had the Maiden, Martel player, which has reserve 6 and at the gates has 7, I think.
No action.
Yes.
But now he played
More card in my hand than
3 extra cards from his hand, so he should be on 4.
6.
Okay.
Then in
No, he bought 2. So
I have an action. At
should be on
least
6.
just try.
Okay.
Okay, Nightmares on Anders.
Who can play that game?
And Nightmares on Cersei.
Yes, the best guard.
Well, Cersei is slightly better than Anders, I guess.
You pass your challenge. Okay.
Makes no sense. The challenge is give you power for free, huh?
Oh, why not?
Now she has to kneel and she's not getting the 2
Okay.
triggers from Intrigue Claim and from Darwin's ability, if they happen. She got 1 though for Heads on Spikes already.
Two block you said. Up because we have the 0, 0, 0 under.
And yeah, Noran is boosting Anders at the moment, no one else.
That's true, yes, that's true. What challenge I want to lose?
Still not exactly the kind of board that survives military claim that easily for Martel.
No. Marvin.
Suppose you can claim Halfmeister.
Intrigue.
So he was for intrigue with strength 2.
Yeah, there is gold for Widow's Well.
So I oppose with him.
Okay, no gold, right?
No gold.
Gregor? Okay.
I win?
Yes.
Okay, Noran wins on defense, grabs another card.
But you'll still win the power.
At least, I think. There. No gold, this is an 8. B power, this is an 8. This is no lord.
No.
10, this is no lord. 14. 14.
Yes, I think he calculated he would have 14 for power, Martel player. And well, on the second challenge, I think you have 12 at best for Lannister. So let's see. There's Hound that's gonna come in with Lion Star.
Sure to have him.
Of course.
Yeah, they can beat Anders on the military, which will require
Power, you have 6.
someone to get claimed as well.
So I'm gonna oppose the military.
Okay, that makes the calculation easier now,
Dies.
because Only Marvin is standing for the power challenge.
Pause, okay, right? Pause.
Yes.
So if he kept Anders and Marvin, that would still be 12, I think, on defense. And the Hound
but
is back in hand then.
And
No,
yeah, I suppose you don't have gold to bring Hound back, but you could play here Mirror or something like that to get him in for another challenge.
Yeah, seems like he had enough to push the crossing through, unless his hand is bad here.
and in power. Power you have 4.
4.
In all case you dominance, then not.
You have to go for dominance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's unopposed.
Well,
Pause.
I mean, if here Mirror is in hand, that means the Hound can defend the power, so Alex happy to concede the unopposed here and just take dominance.
Yeah.
Maybe he too is looking at his power total. I mean, there could be a burst of power with that Doran's game, of course.
Yeah, and if you have Viper in hand and Doran's already in play, there could be some very quick power gain on Martel's side.
You can cancel it.
Now, will this hit the Viper?
Pause. Game 5.
Get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and this is calling the banners, so he gets 5 gold.
You have 20% chance to finish it.
Misses again.
0 spike.
Misses gets still power for Cersei, and I'm sure Galtown would be pretty good for Martel right now. He's struggling with the economy and struggling.
Yeah, but Lannister is on 11, so I don't think you need
Yeah,
to invest for the
definitely.
future now with economy.
But and also, I think if you are now on 3 revealed plots. If you had Galtown, that would put you on 4 for the rounds game, right?
Yeah, it's an extra power, and it's anyone
It's
gets, of course,
extra strength.
+1 from
Yeah.
the run, so that helps with Anders and with the Viper if he comes into play. So it could turn out to be a good hit for Lannister. Although hitting the Viper, I think,
Yeah,
was pretty much game over.
It was.
Wanna play secret schemes?
Ready to go?
So he plays that secret schemes now. That would have been +1.
4.
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Just the 3 cards. What he could do with is some more economy, I think, to get an additional character in. So he has the King's Road. Yeah, but the Viper is
And gets the
expensive.
Viper.
3, not really much you can do with 3.
Right.
I mean, Duran's game costs 1, so can't even get a Quentin or something like that in.
5 stay. Okay.
I suppose you can get Princess Plan as well for 2 gold.
Right? And knight.
Yeah,
No scorpion.
Maybe one of those Princess Attendant or something like that.
Why not you?
I pass.
Can use as dupe from the Conclave.
I play. Three sword. I have 6.
yeah, needs to gain 12 power, which is a lot.
1,
Now let's see how much defense is there.
3, 4, 5, 6. 7.
Of course, Lannister on the verge of winning, but needs to do 2 things. First needs to stop Martell from getting any kind of crazy power burst here, and then needs to have enough to do the crossing and the renown and whatever. He needs to get to 15. And Gregor Clegane here takes up most of the gold, to be fair, so won't have much else this round, but he is a super strong character.
Let me count. I need to count.
Yeah, and I suppose military was the weakest.
Counting.
Although there is still Hound in Hand, of course.
Or you can get.
Lo scorpione rimuoveva the scorpion card remove attacker or defender is similar.
And you really have a lot to calculate now because you know there's Hound in Hand. You have to keep that in mind, and
I'm
there's
gonna play
the
to the spears.
strength boost.
Yes, you no nil.
Okay, so to the spears, that's really the only hope. There was no way to get to 15 without that, so you need the Viper in 2 challenges. And now it gets interesting. So he is
Yeah.
7 plus Doran's boost, so he himself basically is, if it's unopposed, gets 2 from winning by 10.
Power was 23.
And he can attack with Anders and Doran. So the icon they all share is power.
Yeah, and he's at 23. So you need to. I suppose you want to defend with something like 4.
Yeah, just something that gets you beyond one of those barriers. So if you lose by 19, he will get 3 power instead of 4.
No.
Only Mavuta is trigger.
But yeah, it's not the best position because you don't want to waste this guy
Okay.
on Davin and of course not Cersei.
So
Barcella's not enough anyway.
I win the challenge.
Okay, so
Just. Hmm?
I try to
that's
treachery.
okay. So treachery for his ability.
Cancel that.
Would have got 4 power,
Someone always tells.
and yeah.
Off uses Summon Always Style.
You can
That's quite an investment.
Yeah, I can play once per phase.
Okay, you can play one.
Yeah, it's a 4 power investment though, so.
Claim to
Yeah.
win.
And the claim.
Inside.
Insight, and he has Intimidate. Now, it was 10-3, it's, or 11-3, it's now 10-8.
And I'm gonna Neo.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he can can he clear the way for another strong challenge?
Yeah, he can do a strong military, but if you want to play the lance game, you need to probably need intrigue icon.
Count, sorry. I'm gonna Neo Nimmer.
You have to count how much you have in terms of intrigue, right?
Galtown would be nice.
Yeah.
He has 1 gold left, so.
Well, even so, this round I think he had King's Road, so used up the limited.
Yeah. And he would get treachery if he didn't save the gold, of course, for the cancel, so.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have really had. So he can win Intrigue by 5 with just what's in play right now for
Which
Duran's
is
game.
3 power.
Yeah, that would be 11. So the Viper would also need to win by 20 then, but that's a little more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You can intimidate Cersei, and then how much do they have? 18 between them against Myrcella, who is 3, so that's a win by 15.
So hard to choose.
Yeah, you could intimidate Gregor, but then the Viper and Andres could go into a military challenge, and
That makes it more complicated.
that's what, 19. You're also not getting a huge win, and then Marvin and Duran are not going to really be able to push through Duran's game anymore, I think.
Yeah, you still have to count for the Hound.
Gold, eh? No.
Και δεν είναι γάμο, για ένα πάω και 14.
So he's playing through that challenges phase in his head right now before having to decide on the intimidate. Could there be any trick? So if you spend the 1 gold for Duran's game, what can you do for 0 gold in Martel Conclave?
Not sure, I suppose you have... what's the 0 cost event? But...
Well, if you had another to the spears, you can play 2 in the same phase, right?
Can you play 2? I don't know how the Spears works actually.
I think so. That could have been enough, possibly.
Yeah, I cannot win. You're gonna win it. Saddens me, but that is the truth.
So Alex says here he cannot win.
7, 8, 15, 18.
Yeah, he needs 1 more power from somewhere.
So he has 18.
With 7. It's not enough.
Yeah, actually if it would be unopposed, that would be game over, right?
I have military left.
You have a military. 18, it means he gains 3. 3. I think it's same,
Yeah, you don't need to defend. It's the same.
but I remove the unopposed.
Doesn't matter.
Is he going to walk into it is the question.
But I don't know what you can do with this.
I cannot play anything from here, by the way.
You can't play. No,
Most of the board knelt for Martel, so you should be able to close if you don't lose the game here.
more than
He's bluffing a little bit.
I oppose.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Viper.
And I have an action before claim.
Sorry. Okay, yeah.
The first action
More tricks.
is try to play this.
I suppose
Edward, δεν είχα πίστα να το κάνει.
you want to play what you have before in trick claim, right?
14
Now let's see.
So that's never bet against my family.
Yeah, he could have done that before declaring defenders as well, just in case. I mean, Tywin could be added
Nice.
to the challenge, I guess.
Against Tywin.
You can trigger your 3 points.
Here we go. That's 3 for the Viper. And that's Duran's game. It's only 3 though.
Mm-hmm.
I know you.
Yeah,
I know you.
tried his best to basically make him a little bit complacent and not defend.
If you left it unopposed, I would have won.
I know. Okay.
Claim.
Claim. But
And there goes the
And
Hound.
claims the Hound. You could have also put him in, no?
There's another one anyway.
Alright.
Is there anything for 0 gold that can make you win with Andres? I guess. No.
I think you win anyway.
He cannot stop the win now from Theo here, I don't think.
Yeah,
just need 3
I don't think so.
Too many icons, too much renown and
gold
crossing
online.
almost guaranteed. So the only thing he cannot afford to do basically is go into a challenge where some kind of power is gained on defense. With 0 gold
Yeah,
for
but
Martel, it doesn't seem possible.
doesn't seem like there's anything.
Ah, I drew. Didn't I draw? For the trick challenge? No, I took from the first, not the second one.
No, you didn't take. I don't remember.
Yeah, we're past the
Yeah.
insight from the previous challenge, but yeah, I think he realized that there's nothing in theory even in his deck that could help him survive this now for 0 gold. For gold, if he had gold, there could be, of course,
No, yeah, no,
but
those
not now.
military
And I think even before the crossing,
with both.
should be
With
15 power. There's renown on several characters here.
You win it. And let's see now. Do the pillars before the renown.
Lush.
And really just nightmares, but doesn't matter really.
My revenge from the last time.
Yeah,
It's an interesting game. It looked like
Exactly. So
Martel didn't have a chance and then almost won.
Terrible start, man.
yeah, from 3 power initially, right? To 14. So
Yeah.
when he decided to take dominance last round, you can see where the thinking was. So gets to 14, not quite to 15. 15-14 game, so it's as close as possible, but only took 3 rounds and a bit. So yeah, fascinating. And that
Yeah, probably
means
that was time to play that Galtown previous round, maybe.
yeah. That means Theo is in the top 8, and that's the stage we'll be bringing you next. So thank you for joining us, and see you all next time.
Bye bye.